Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the August Love Story podcast. I'm your host, Tommy T. It's my beautiful wife, Artieka T. A-Town in the building.
Stay down.
And today's episode, we are talking about why can't you be a lover and a friend?
Okay.
I just wanted to bring it back to a song. But no, seriously though, we're talking about like why the homie vibes is a bad thing when it comes to relationships. But before we get into the episode, let's make sure that you hit the subscribe button on YouTube, as well as if you're listening from the podcast, subscribe to us on the podcast platforms that you listen to. We're on all of them. Also, like this video. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video. It helps with the numbers and stuff like that. And leave a comment. We always like to read the comments and kind of interact with everybody too. So let's do this thing. Let's get into it.
So what sparked this is the television show readytolove. There is a young lady on the show who all of the guys are like, she's cool, she's great, I like her, but she give me homie vibes. And that's the reason that all of these guys are like, nah, not her. And I'm like, what kind of dumb stuff is this? Because I just can't understand, and you're a guy, so you'll have to speak for the male population. A lot of weight on your shoulders, I know. Why is it that guys don't want to date the homie?
Man, it could be a lot of reasons. Like, one reason could be because of they remind them of a boy. Like they literally look at them as one of the guys. You know, that could be a thing.
I know everybody can't see this, but I have my bottom lip poked out and I'm shaking my head. No,
but no, that's the thing. But or they could look at them as like they're just not attracted to them in that manner. Which you would think like some people would be attracted to their homie, like y'all hang out for some reason, you know.
Yeah, there's so many relationships where people get together because they've spent so much time with each other in the same space, and an attraction grew. And these guys are automatically saying, I mean, she came off as cool, so I don't even want to get to know her.
Yeah, no, I mean, like it's a million reasons why somebody wouldn't want to date, but I kind of want to back it up a little bit and just kind of talk about our experience, because from the beginning, it was, I'm just looking for a friend.
It was a no for me.
You know, you just look for a friend in a relationship and somebody to hang out with, and it grows into something else. Like for a lot of people, like I have a few female friends that, you know, that I'm really close to, but it like never went anywhere.
Right.
You know, it's like we never even thought to cross that line for whatever reason.
But I think a little bit of a difference. And I mean, one of your situations I know is similar to readytolove, not necessarily because of a dating show, but people tried to put you guys together and you were like, no, we're better off as friends. You have a friend that you kissed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Don't do that.
I got you.
No, so like you were put into a space of you guys should attempt for this to be romantic. And it just didn't work out. But I feel like some of these guys talked to her for a total of 7 minutes and was like, no.
Yeah.
One of the guys on the show, if you guys happen to watch the show, we're talking about Tressa and pretty much the male population on the show. But Tressa and Dietrich is who I'm bringing up. He told her in the very beginning that she wasn't a type that he would traditionally be attracted to. And when he sat down and got to know her, he was like, hey, I could see this going somewhere. And it's kind of like you didn't give me a chance at all. And then when you finally gave me a chance, you're like, hey, you're a pretty like dope individual. Let me get to know you even more. And I think that that's where the issue lies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with these reality TV dating shows. You have all these people who are like, I am the aggressor. Like men and women alike are like, I need to be the aggressor in the relationship because I'm not going to get what I want if I'm not the aggressor. And I don't think that Tressa is an aggressive type, but she's definitely like a command the conversation when you're speaking to her. And guys are just like, nah, she cool, but
I think a lot of people are confused about what's the attraction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, you know, we are attracted to what's sold as beautiful and not attracted to what we truly enjoy and like, you know, because BBD told us never trust a big butt and a smile. But a lot of people are attracted to a big butt a smile, you know, and it's like, that's not truly an attraction. That's an infatuation. And I think that's where the confusion starts.
I think when you look at
when
you look at the big butt, that's becoming sexual.
I think like for the song, but
no. I'm just saying like that's not a I'm trying to get to know her.
Yeah.
That's a I'm trying to imagine her in another position.
Right. No, like, and that's what I mean by the confusion of attraction.
No. I was with you on that.
Yeah. But you know, from when it comes to friends, it's like I can't be attracted to, like, I take my homie Shamir, for example. Shamir is beautiful. Right? She hits everything except the big butt. And if she's
I'm gonna send her this.
If she's watching this, she's gonna. I know it. I love you, Shamir. But you know, she hits everything that you would say an attractive girl is. But we've been friends since we were like 13, 14 years old. And even like we would do this thing where we wouldn't call them dates, but other people would. Like, you going on a date, but we would go to the movies and we would go to Steak and Shake. And, you know, we would always go do that and stuff like that. And one would pay for one, the other one would pay for the other one. But we were like, literally, that was my homie. And I never had the idea of even trying to go further.
Right.
It was more so well, what friends you got? You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally looked at her as a sister to me. And to this day, I still do. And
I have guy friends that are like that, where we never thought about dating each other whatsoever. Like, even to this day, like, it's never been you know, I don't have anything negative to say about them at all as people. Like, one of them actually just recently got married. And I'm like, you got a great husband. Like, love your husband to death. But would we have ever tried to talk to each other? Absolutely not. But I don't think that we were ever trying to come at each other from a romantic stance either. Like, I just feel like this person has gotten placed in a bubble of friendship in a situation where she didn't even need to be placed in a friendship bubble. And I think most of it was because of looks. And
I think that's another thing, and that's why the attraction, the really understanding what the attraction that you're looking for is, because a lot of times we get confused about attraction because we're confused about what we like, or we don't truly know what we like and want.
I ain't got no type.
Right. And people say that, but they really do have a type. Like, it's an impossible thing for somebody to say, I don't have a type, but you really do. Yeah. You may not know it, but you really do have a type.
I was watching another Ready to Love review from last week, where one of the people that was reviewing the show was like, because I think it was Vernisha on the show that said she doesn't have a type. She was like, you have a type. It might not be a physical type, but you have to have a type. Maybe it's guys that make you laugh. Maybe it's guys that are great providers. Maybe like it's something that you are attracted to in this man. It might not be every guy that you go after is 6'2" and above and muscular and chocolate. Like your type just might not be physical, but it's something that the guys that you've dated in the past have in common that you are trying to like, I don't want to say trying to go after, but that's what you're going after. That's what you're gravitating towards, is that type of guy. So I definitely don't think that the type thing is, I think that it's real. Like you do have a type. You just have to like go inside yourself and think about like what this type really is. You
truly have to look into what worked and what didn't work with in your relationships. Because like as we're talking, I'm sitting back trying to figure out what was it about all my relationships that all you guys have in common. You know what I'm saying? And I can't figure it out right now. I have to write it down to figure it out. But but it's like, man, that I think everything based off the situation on Ready to Love, it's like, you come into it and you have an idea of, you have these options, like you have 10 women, 10 beautiful women, and you have this one girl that is beautiful, but the rest of them would on a, I don't want to say on a commercial, but from the world view of women would be considered more beautiful than she, because of body type, like for physical attributes that she has. But before you even talk to somebody, you just looking at a person like, it's kind of like, it's kind of like how the light skin versus dark skin thing is. Like a lot of times lighter tone people are looked at as being more beautiful than darker tone people. But that's not the case. Right. A lot of times it's like, you may be attracted to lighter tone people, or you may be attracted to darker tone people. But in the end of the day, how is this person as a human being? How, like, what is this person's attitude towards life is? Like, can you enjoy this person? Like, are you attracted to other features? Because one thing about a pretty face is it's not going to be pretty at all times.
I felt like you was just taking a shot at me. You looked at me like pretty face.
You got to you got me. So you got me at hello. So I'm just like, nah, I think you're beautiful. But I think what makes you beautiful is my enjoyment with you. It's what makes you beautiful. On top of, you got a pretty face. I think I think your face is rather nice to look at every day. But it's just me being able to enjoy you on days, that, we're all rocking. Now we don't rock every day. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be some days I'd be like, God. But most of the time, like just being around you and being like with you is what makes you beautiful to me. And that's the thing. It's like we don't give an opportunity to get to that part because, a lot of times people are like with their friends, like I'm trying to get back on track to what we're talking about. Homies, like their friends being a homie to somebody, you don't think about those other beautiful attributes that they have. Right. Because the first thing somebody like wants to do is get hooked up with a friend's friend. Yeah, it's always somebody like, he got a friend, she got a friend. And it's like, the friend is not going to be anything like this person. Yeah. Like, at all. At all. It's just going to probably ruin another relationship. Yeah, like, you're going to hate me. Right. Because you was like, does he have a friend? And I was like, nah. And then you met one of his friends and his friend was like, fine. And then he was trash. And then it's my fault. Right. Because I told you no, but you didn't want to listen to me. Right. Which has happened to me before. Not with any of your friends, obviously. But it's definitely happened to me before where people are looking at the physical and I'm like, don't do it. And they're like, nah, but
Don't do it. And then 4 years later, me and this girl aren't speaking anymore. And it's like, I told you don't do it. And now it's my fault that you didn't listen to me. Like, no, it's not. I'm not wrong in this equation.
So I mean, it's just interesting, man. It's an interesting thing to jump into it. But I understand how people can get friend zone, because that's basically what happens. Is you get friend zone and can't get out of it. And it's because, I mean, the confusion. I think it's all because of the confusion of attraction. From men and women. I think women do a lot more than men do, because a lot of times men are trying to shoot their shot and they just don't know how to get the ball in the basket. You know what I'm saying? They approach it in a way of, I can be super aggressive, I can be just like my cool self and just be friendly. But then both of those situations can backfire. You know? I
guess I just look at it, and this will just wrap it up with a bow. Everybody's not for everybody, but if you can vibe with a person on a friendship level and you could see it steering romantically, don't close
the door
on the romance because this person is your friend. Because friendship, especially in marriage, will take you a lot longer, or a lot further, I should say, than the initial pretty face, nice body.
Big butt and a smile.
Right. Because what can literally happen is, what if that big butt droops?
Yeah.
What if that like face doesn't look the same? Like, what do you have then if all you had for that person was the physical attraction? Like, at least attempt and I'm not saying go out here and try to talk to all your friends, but don't let something as simple as she's really nice, but like, don't let the but stop you from getting to know a person, because you never know. It could romantically change the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, that's so true. So, do we have a listener letter for this episode? All right, what we haven't
got? Already, or you have a listener letter, please send your listener letters to our ouraugustlovestory@gmail.com, and we just might read it aloud on the show. Today's listener letter says, "What's up, family? I need some advice. My husband has been distant after some heated arguments we had about a month or so ago, and his phone keeps going off late at night. I recently found out that he's been following random girls on Instagram and has been liking all of their pictures. Since having our child, I've been struggling to feel like myself and get back in shape, so my self-esteem has been shot. I don't know how to bring up the issues of his phone going off because we've argued about this same thing before already. Please give me some advice."
Work on yourself. Like, focus on yourself. And this is probably a selfish thing, but focus on yourself first. And then trust that your husband is doing right. Because the last thing that you can change is anything that he's doing. Mm-hmm. The first thing that you can change is what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So if you know your weight is something that's bothering you, work on it. Mm-hmm. You know, talk to him about it, because he's there as a partner. Talk to him about it. If this man is gonna cheat on you, he's gonna cheat.
He's gonna cheat regardless if you're thin or fat.
Right. He's gonna cheat, and there's nothing you can do as far as to stop him, unless you know, I don't know. If you feel like he's doing something wrong and you guys have argued about it, ask him about it. Don't turn it into an argument. Just ask him about it and take it for what he say. Because then at the end of the day, he told you X, Y, and Z, and this is what the results is. Because it's going to work or it's not going to work. But don't worry yourself on trying to focus on, well, what is he doing? Well, what is he doing? Focus on what you are doing to make your life a lot better for yourself. Focus on the things that you want to accomplish and root for and go for those. Because either A, he's going to follow the line and get behind you 100%, or you just going to have to do it alone.
Yeah, I guess I would agree with that. Like, start off with whatever it is about yourself that you don't like, work on changing that, because that's esteem of yourself. Like, that's something that self can fix. So if you can fix it yourself, go forth and do that. As far as the late night messages, if there are messages, I know you said that he was liking and it's alerts and things. I would outright say, I don't like this. Would you please stop? Now, if you continue doing it, then I consider that to be disrespectful behavior. And you are going to have to hear it from me over and over and over again, because at that point, I've told you how I feel about it. And because you keep consciously doing this, it's like, why? What are you getting out of it that you feel that you need to keep doing it over and over and over again? So he'll either stop doing it or he'll do it in secret. So
yeah, it's
one or the other. But definitely I will work on self first and see where you go, like see what you get to once you get to where you want to be with yourself. Because I hate to look at it like he doesn't want to be with you because you have had a child. And, you know, your body is different, because all of our bodies are different, like after kids, whether it's internally and the outside physical, or one or the other. Like, we're all going to be different after carrying a person in your body, or multiple people if you're a mom that's giving birth to multiples. Knowing that your body is different, you have to take the steps to change that yourself, whatever that looks like. And some people are just perfectly fine with how their body looks after they have a baby. And that's okay too. You said that your self-esteem is low. That's why I'm saying that you should probably work on the things that you want to change. But as far as your husband is concerned, there's nothing that you can actually do to stop him. There's just one thing that you can do, and that's either be with or not be with. I'm not telling anybody to not be together. I'm not telling anybody to be together. That's the decision that you have to make on your own. But as far as the initial part of the letter saying your self-esteem is low, I would work on that part of yourself and see where that gets you. You got anything?
Nah, like that's, you know, nail on the head, you know. Just gotta, like, we gotta focus on ourselves first. We have to put ourselves first in that situation, because now you have a child involved that needs you. And if you're giving way too much attention to the negative thing that your spouse is doing, you're taking more attention away from positive attention away from your child and having a happier and more progressive life. You know, like everything happens with conversations. There's always a way to present things, and there's always a way to, you know, look at things, you know. When it comes to with your spouse, you should be able to talk with your spouse without having an argument or things breaking into an argument. And you just have to look at a situation. What are triggers? What are things that causes the argument? And let me try to avoid those pitfalls but still have this conversation. So I don't think anybody should live in turmoil within themselves. Like, if something bothers you, you should definitely try to change it the best way you can. And it all starts with a conversation. So hopefully that helps. And yeah. So what's our quote of the episode?
Well, I decided to pick a song by the late rapper Earl Simmons.
All right.
I guess it's been about 2 weeks ago at this point that we lost DMX, and after DMX's passing, I definitely realized how much of an impact he made on my youth with his music. Like as we've been listening to the radio, because we never listen to the radio, but as we've been listening to the radio and just hearing the different songs. So I picked a song called It'll Be All Right. And it says, even if you stagger, you ain't got to fall. Well, even if you fall down, you get back up. Whatever you think it is, it ain't that rough, because there's going to be a time when enough is enough. You get up because you're fed up, straight up, and call the devil's bluff.
There you have it. DMX, RIP to DMX, man. So yeah, that's our episode today, man. Get out there and date your homie. Like, I ain't saying just straight up date your homie, but hey, man, if you have a feeling, just talk to him. Be like, yo, look, man, you ain't got nobody, I ain't got nobody. Let's just see where this goes.
Let's not have anybody together.
Right, exactly. Let's have each other together. You know what I mean? So, no, just I don't think it's a cutoff for. Like if you guys become friends and you decide to take that friendship a little step further, it is, rare that happens. But hey, man, it's a positive thing either way. So, so thank you once again for listening to August Love Story, the podcast. Pretty much, follow us and subscribe to the channel. I thought you was finna jump in and say something. Nope. Subscribe to the channel at August Love Story. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. What else? That's it.
Instagram and Facebook. And then also the podcast is wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
And if it's not there, send us a message. We'll get it there.
We'll put it on there. Yeah. And so like this video, share it. Subscribe to the channel, like I said, write a comment, man. Let us know what's your thoughts on the friend zone, quote unquote, or people that were homies and go on to date, or if you've ever done that. So
yeah, is that kind of what happened with us?
Yeah, I mean, but we started off as
friends like
that. Yeah, so like with the intention of being friends or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anyway, yeah, but I'm out, man. Peace.
Bye, y'all.